Hey guys, Coach Brandon Echo from the Distinctly Extraordinary Coaching Channel with another tip. As we continue discussing the best ways to overcome boredom and stress eating, let me start with this quote. The mind has a powerful way of attracting things that are in harmony with it, both good and bad. Now let that sink in for a moment. The mind has a powerful way of attracting the things that are in harmony with it, whether they are good or bad. Now let's take a moment to think about how something might be classified as boring. Different things are boring to different people. Some people find exercise boring, others it could be the highlight of their day. The key here is how we think about the task. When we are bored, we're probably typically thinking something along the lines of, this sucks. I don't like this. There's going to be a negative feel to whatever that thing is that you're doing. For an example, the thought, this is boring, can make you feel annoyed. This is awful, can make you feel frustrated. This is so unnecessary, can make you feel anxious. It makes sense then that when we're bored, we're going to want to have a positive emotion instead. And sometimes we think this positive emotion will come from food. For an example, the thought, this tastes so good, could make me feel happy. The thought, this is just what I needed, can make us feel content. However, let's challenge this. When we do end up eating because we're hungry, does the positive feeling come from food? Does that last? Likely not. Yes, there is a quick response of endorphins associated with eating, but then you will likely get a lot of back and forth brain chatter about what just happened. Should I have done that? Should I have ate that? Oh, I failed my diet. Oh, I'm so bad. Why can't I have more self-control? And when these things happen, if we feel that we've blown it or we've made poor eating choices, the rest of the day is going to go about the same way. The positive feeling from boredom eating is very short-lived and often makes us feel even worse. So how can we fix our thoughts? Try something instead, like I can't wait to finish this task so I can do something I really want to do right now. How can I make this task more enjoyable? Everyone has to do some type of task that they don't want to do. It's just life. This is just one of those for me. I got to do the thing I don't want to do right now. But this mindset shift, I find, is truly the key to stopping from eating when I am bored. Remember, guys, our vehicle is our mind. Our mindset is the vehicle. And our mindset's going to get us to where we want to go. But we've got to make sure that we've set the driver up for success. It's another reason that we may lead to boredom or stress eating is following a practice of highly restrictive diets. Studies have shown that some individuals restricting favorite foods or labeling these favorite foods as bad may actually increase their likelihood of over-consuming those foods during times of distress. Again, to fix whatever thought and emotion you may be experiencing at the time. For my client, it was, if you remember, the indulgent trail mix. She told herself she wasn't allowed to have it until she couldn't hold back any longer. Rather than eliminating the food craving altogether, try eating them regularly but in moderation. This might help reduce your urge to snack on those foods when you get bored. Which is what leads us into number 2. Strategy number 2 is huge. If we can overcome boredom and stress eating, we need to do it while maintaining eating a balanced diet to ensure that we're giving our bodies exactly what they need. Eating a balanced diet of mostly whole foods with a focus on protein, a balance of carbohydrates and fats, will actually keep us fuller and fueled for longer. When our bodies feel satisfied, it will be so much easier for us to ignore those temptations of over-consuming the craving foods. So what would that even look like? We've talked about this numerous times, and it's called the plate method. When you go to eat something, just simply follow the plate method. This will allow us to start reshaping our plate. if half of our plate is some type of a non-starchy vegetable, and we can make 1/4 of our plate some type of a lean protein, that will leave the other quarter of the plate for those starchy carbs that we normally typically use as half of the plate. And I understand sometimes it is a struggle to eat veggies, but if you try to explore various ways of cooking vegetables, you may find that there's a recipe that does allow you to have your veggies that you are truly going to enjoy. Additionally, we want to include snacks in our day. Ideally, if we can have one small snack between each of our larger meals, or, have about 2 snacks a day, these snacks should be looked at like a meal. So we should also balance these as well. Now, we've gave a couple examples here of how you could put some hard-boiled eggs with some berries, or some type of a yogurt with berries and some nuts or seeds, or some type of a beef jerky protein source plus an apple. These are just a few examples to help get us started, but lastly, we want to focus on staying hydrated. Did you know that thirst and hunger cues start in the exact same place in our brain? This is why dehydration can be very oftenly confused with hunger or being unsatisfied. Guys, we need to try to aim, and I understand, but we're going to try to get about 60 to 80 ounces of water or more per day. Guys, I truly want to thank you for being a part of the Distinctly Extraordinary Society. And guys, it is absolute honor for me, Coach B, to be your coach. Until next time, signing off.